Our next presenter is the CEO of Aspen Philippines. She oversees one of the nation's fastest growing pharma companies. She received awards such as Exemplary Leadership Award by a Female Employee 2014, Executive Leadership Award 2015, and Global FWN 100 Most Influential Filipina Women in the World 2015. A round of applause to Miss Ace Itchon.
All right, so my story. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who was born and raised in a rural setting. She grew up with the usual issues of hand-me-downs, having been a middle child, of 7 siblings in an average family. This little girl loves to look up the sky, to wait for clouds to change shape, and wait for rainbows. That is why of clouds and rainbows. She has seen them all. Cirrus, stratus, cumulus, alto cumulus, alto cirrus, cirrus. Alam niyo yan? Okay. All right. And she loves waiting for rainbows. She feels happy when there's a rainbow. And then, just like many other little girls, this little girl believes in fairy tales and pots of gold at the end of the rainbow. The first rainbow that this little girl chased was to be in a private school, Catholic school, run by the nuns beside a historic Catholic church, which happened to be at the back of a pediatrician's clinic where she was taken by her mother for vaccine shots. And the pediatrician always was telling her, "You are so beautiful," affirmation. And I grew up thinking that I was beautiful because of that. And then the pediatrician said, "You are so beautiful, you ought to be in that Catholic school with the nuns." So it was impressed in my mind so strongly that I grew up wanting to be in that school. Serendipitously, that school offered scholarship to the honor students of the public elementary school where this little girl was graduating from. And after graduation from high school, my first ambition was, of course, to be a nun. So I approached the nuns. They said, "Oh, you're too young. Finish college first." So I went to college. And then I realized that, losing my dream to be a nun, I realized that not all patches of colors in the sky are rainbows. The patches do not have pots of gold at the end. So I finished college. I finished pre-med because I wanted to be a doctor to heal others. That's my next ambition. That was my next ambition. But 7 siblings, middle child, everybody in school, all siblings in school, I would be so mean to insist on going to medicine proper at the and to the detriment of the comfort and of the whole family. So after pre-med, I went back to the nuns and said, "I can't go to medicine proper. You really have to take me because maybe that means I have to be a nun." And they said, "No, finish. You work first. If you want, you can teach here." So I taught for 1 school year, teaching English and science to high school students. Then after that, this little girl was snatched immediately by the pharma industry. Ang daming guwapo. So, nakalimutan kong magmadre. I forgot all about the nun ambition. So many good-looking doctors, so many good-looking med reps. All right, so I lost the nun ambition. I lost the rainbow, the Dr. Rainbow, but I got to the pharmaceutical industry. And this is the closest that I could get to my ambition of being a doctor and healing people and healing others. And to my surprise, at the end of each rainbow that I chased in this industry, there are so many pots of gold. So I was Med Rep of the Year, back to back, year on year. I got promoted, and this little girl became a district sales manager, became VP awardee for district sales manager and a new product category, promoted to product manager, and blah, etc. Then she again won the title, a national title of top product manager of the pharma and healthcare industry of the Philippines. Anyway, long story short, I get award, got promoted, moved to another company until I landed the CEO job at Aspen Philippines, which, by the way, is sponsoring our great event today of these remarkable women with our product, Bio Oil. Thank you. Sana yung palakpak nyo equivalent sa units sa Mercury and Watsons. All right. Aspen proved to be a beautiful, beautiful rainbow. I remember setting up Aspen 4 years ago. I was alone. Set it up from scratch in a temporary office at BGC in Regus. Then we had our core team here, Joanne and Elaine. They joined me shortly after opening the Regus office. And then now we are like 130, 4 years after. And surprisingly, on our second year, at the end of our second year, we were called to South Africa and, won these awards. The Community Involvement Award and the Exceptional Leadership by a Female Employee Award, besting all other Aspen affiliates in the world. That made Aspen the youngest affiliate to win 2 awards in one awards night. 2 of the 5 global awards given on that night. That was 2014 when Aspen was reaping awards after awards, locally as Asia CEO as well, and internationally, globally. But sometimes the clouds bring rains as well. 2015 was like an endless ondoy to me. In February 2015, my husband was admitted at the CCU at the Coronary Care Intensive Unit at St. Luke's. And he had to undergo surgery so that a device is implanted in order to protect him to reduce the risk of sudden death. It was tough, like any wife would know. August, she was going to deliver a talk in a pharma forum in Singapore by September. However, in August, her mother was admitted to the hospital, 80 plus years old. She had to cancel the talk, apologized with the organizers, and went to the mother. But that's who we are. We are leaders, but we are also daughters. By this time, the little girl was on her knees, begging to God, tama na po. Huwag po yung nanay ko. Si God naman napakabait. Umistop naman. He stopped. He stopped, and he brought another kind of rain. So by end of August, I received this letter. Early September, mabuhay. Our warmest congratulations. The Filipina Women Network is thrilled to announce that you have been selected to be one of the 100 most influential Filipina women in the world. I Googled them first to find out what it was. And this was what I saw, FWN Global 100. So I went there, and now I have been given my own trophy with my own name there. At sa kabutihang palad, nakapasok pa ako sa top 10 finalists for ROSA derivator. We were also invited at the all-woman market open at the Philippine Stock Exchange last September 15th. And now I have a different story. January 2016, I'm speaking before you. Ondoy is over. Last weekend, we celebrated my mother and father's 64th wedding anniversary. And this weekend, we will celebrate my father's 89th birthday. So this is what I'm going to do in January. In February, I will watch Madonna with my daughter. This is my grand plan for February. And on March, I will be going to Hong Kong with 3 other employees to claim our awards. So we're all going to Hong Kong on March. I will stop the story. We'll tell you later if I stand on this stage again. But these are my rainbow lessons that at any time, at any point, whatever we're doing, we need to rise above the ordinary. If the ordinary means prepare, if the ordinary that you see in your office is going to a meeting unprepared, then you can rise above that and be prepared every time you come to a meeting. Offer service and value. There should be value in you every time. You can't be the same as last year. And then yearn for continual improvement. Give back and give back some more. And maybe at the end of the year, you will receive a CSR award. And be true to yourself. It is funny, you know, how when we were young, we pretend to be rich for reasons of insecurity. And then when we grow old and become, you know, a little richer, we pretend to be poor for security reasons. So it's really baligtad, yeah. And then next, and this is very important, it doesn't matter where you came from. It really doesn't matter. What matters is where we are now. And then the last is vision to victory is a journey. Everybody is allowed to dream and dream big, but we need to wake up. Make a timeline to make it happen. These are, and gee, that's the color of my rainbow. So, last few slides, this little girl realized on a flight, this picture was taken from the window of an A380. An A380 in a business class with everything in it. And, you know, she has seen many clouds on a flight before, but this particular one made her realize that she was no longer looking up when she wants to see the clouds. She was actually looking down. And there was no rainbow looking down. Absolutely none. No rainbow. And this little girl realized that it is always best to look at your clouds and your rainbows with your feet on the ground. Thank you very much.